All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go with game number 1 between Fnatic MSI Rain and ATN Darkforce Alternate Attacks Darkforce. We're moving over. This is a rematch of the season where Rain actually took it 2-0, and now we move over to the playoffs on Antiga Shipyard as our first map.
Yeah, Darkforce looking for blood here on Antiga Shipyard, but Fnatic Rain gonna try to show him again who is the dominant player. Should be the match for the ages.
You know, it was interesting in the regular season, the group stages. Darkforce, I felt, outplayed Rain. He played a lot better brand, and then what he would do in both games is just throw away all of his army. That's exactly what he did. He would attack off creep with Zergling, Baneling, Muta, and just completely get obliterated because all his opponent had to do was kite him all day long. So I hope this time around Darkforce has a little bit more patience and just extends his advantages rather than trying to take such decisive advantages.
Right. Totally makes sense. And you know, on this map now, it is only cross spawn, so that's good for the Zerg player. Darkforce here, so I'm only expecting good play from him. We've seen great play from him ever since he made a name for himself in the last NASL. So, you know, let's see what he has up his sleeve.
Yep, I hope so. Let's go ahead and introduce them. Top left-hand corner, we have Darkforce as the blue Zerg. In the bottom right-hand corner, we have the green Terran Fnatic MSI Rain. Now, Antiga Shipyard, I've seen a lot of this. I'm thinking back to the Demaga versus Puma replay, but overall, just theory crafting in general. Terran versus Zerg, I feel like Terran has a great time on Antiga Shipyard when you get into the super late game stages. And that's not too hard to do. You just keep doing trades, and then once you get that gold expansion, you just sit there. All you do is sit there and slow push to your opponent's gold expansion, and now you have half map. Right? What can your opponent do?
Yeah, and we've seen more and more recently that they just continue building up the super units. The Terran does, you know, once he gets that 4th base, he just keeps adding ghosts, you know, and every time he loses Marines or loses a tank here and there, he keeps adding ghosts to where he gets that super huge ghost count that there's like nothing Zerg can do that can touch it.
Yeah, and at this point, I feel like Rain, oh my gosh, we have a 14 command center coming out from Rain. That is absolutely insane what he's doing. I feel like, well, this is playing towards Darkforce style. Darkforce is a player that loves to go for macro play.
Yeah, but at the same time, Fnatic Rain is also a great macro player, so he probably feels the same way. He's like, hey, I'll beat you at your own game no matter what. We do actually have the drone that died. That's sad. You never want to lose that scouting drone. It's like, it's a hit to the morale, I would say. It could be tilting even.
Yeah, I get really tilted when especially when my scouting probe kills one of my drones or my my SEs, my probes, whatever it might be. That tilts me so hard. But yeah, losing your scouting SEV or your scouting drone is really frustrating. It really shouldn't happen. It's kind of careless, but it's not. It really isn't that big of a deal when it comes down to it.
Right. We do have the racks being completed. We have the orbital coming out for our Terran player, Fnatic Rain here. But we do have the SCV in the base scouting around. He does see that he mined gas. Like, you can click the extractor and see how much gas they mined to know exactly what they're doing, whether it just came up or he already mined from it and he pulled his drones back off the gas. So he should know that Zergling speed is going to probably be on the way here in a second. We do have double queens in production for our Zerg player, Darkforce. But at the same time, we have, it's curious to what Fnatic Rain wants to do. He got that 1 racks, he got the gas really fast. Now he has a factory on the way. We could even see something like a fast Banshee come out or something like that to help maybe deny a 3rd base.
Yeah, and that would actually kind of be really cool. Rain, I'm not sure. I mean, the amount of options I'm thinking is just so tremendous for him at this point. He is getting a reactor, it looks like, on the barracks. We might actually just see Red Flame Hellions at this point.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be
have
really...
the expansion being transferred. This Overlord, though, from Darkforce sees it, and also the Zergling that just happened to run by 3 Marines. I don't know why my Lings can't do that, but he just walked right by him, and he actually saw that the command center got landed. It's already turned to an orbital, so you can get different reads on your opponent with this kind of information.
Oh my gosh, and I didn't realize it before, but Metabolic Boost was canceled. And instead, roaches are popping out right now, so Darkforce playing a lot of mind games. And already there are, what is it, 8 roaches on the way out. Oh my gosh, this could do tremendous damage. But look, that Rain is very cleverly making a wall. He's going to try to stop any roaches from actually approaching up and just walking past this one bunker, which is good. But it all comes down to how fast can he see this coming, because if he cannot get SCVs over there to repair in time, this is...
Yeah, it's as good as dead.
Yeah, and this could be very catastrophic. Oh my gosh,
yeah,
I think Rain is in a lot of trouble.
I think Rain's going to be okay due to the fact that these Hellions are going to see it coming, and maybe now he's going to be able to pull a lot of SCVs over to this bunker because he knows he has to repair it right now. This bunker can stay alive with a lot of SCVs, and it'll really make him focus down these SCVs as well. Do have that the Roaches coming in, but they don't really know what to focus on. They are picking off some SCVs here and there, but like I said, he is going to lose some harvesters, but he is initially going to be pushed back, and we do see that he was pushed back. A 3rd command center being completed right now for Fnatic Rain, and this is going to help him really come back with those SCVs that he just lost.
Yeah, holding back that Rain just proves me wrong. The guy is so strong. I thought that a lot more SCVs would have been picked off, but apparently the DPS of just these 4 Marines alone are enough to scare off 8 roaches. That is absolutely insane to me. I thought the roaches could have gotten a lot more worth out of it, targeting on the bunker, forcing the repair on it, and then it exposes the SCVs up front. That's what I thought was going to happen, but he actually targeted down the supply depots, really uncharacteristic of normal roach openings. We can see the Hellions coming out on the right-hand side, and they're looking to do a little bit of damage.
Yeah, these Hellions are actually trying to sneak by and miss all the vision, but they do get spotted by an Overlord, so Darkforce should know what's coming, but his roaches are completely out of position right now, and these Hellions are running in here. All there is like 6 Zerglings. The Hellions run into the mineral line. The drones are lining up. Huge hits going to the economy of Darkforce. Not only is he missing mining time, but he's also lost a lot of drones. And now the Hellions run into the main. 3 Hellions left, and he hits another good shot, killing a lot of harvesters. Oh my gosh, these Hellions getting such good worth. Let's go ahead and look at that. 13-6 at this point in time. And remember, he got the very fast 3rd orbital command center, so income tab, it's looking 44 harvesters to 38, advantage going to Terran, and triple mules go down at a time. Look at that income difference. It's just about double for Fnatic Rain. And now he'll be churning out and materializing expansions, materializing that 3rd orbital command center. He will have a huge push of mass units coming out momentarily. Yeah, this is the only thing I would like to see from our Terran player Rain is combat shields being started. He does not have that. He is only producing Marines, and that combat shield, it really makes those Marines more beefy. But it does look like he's not even trying to be aggressive at this point. He's moving out. He just wants to take his 3rd command center and get in more of a aggressive position, I would say. While our Zerg player Darkforce here is now finally trying to drone up his 3rd. You know, those Hellions really set him back to where he lost a lot. The Spire is almost complete for our Zerg player Darkforce, and that's going to allow him to start doing some harassment once he gets those muta numbers up. Yep, and we'll see them approach a very high amount. Actually, he needs his 5th and 6th gas, I think. These mutas won't be that... no, he does have a lot of gas. Okay. Okay, well, he's going to be making mutas. I'm just going to filler that. Yada, yada, yada. At this point, though, I feel like Rain is an advantage with the income. He already has his 3rd situated. It's a lot better... saturated than his opponent's. Income tab is now showing harvesters very, very close. The income for Darkforce has gotten up very nicely, but that gas count, having it only at 4 gas right now, 4 mining gas, is hurting him quite a bit. He wants that gas out ASAP so he can start teching. He wants the evolution chambers out, he wants the infestation pit out, and he wants a high muta count. Yeah, and we do see that missile turrets are being thrown down. Fnatic Rain having perfect timings on when to make these. We do see the first mutas are approaching, but the missile turrets are going up. He already has forward Marines out on the map as well, and these are actually out there so they can maybe catch mutas off guard as they're flying over, as we see right there he tried doing. You know, this is actually not looking that great for Darkforce. You never want to be even on harvesters, even on bases as a Terran player.
Yeah, and
against the Terran players.
And +1 attack is approaching. Combat shields, as you were talking about before, is almost finished. Another factory is being started somewhere, and there's already the starport. So overall, just Rain is looking superior over his opponent. Now, Darkforce, you know, don't count him out right away. He is behind, but it's not like a huge disadvantage. Right now, he's in a position where all he needs is one great engagement, and he can just thwack his opponent to death. We'll see. Rain, he is pushing out right now. Does Darkforce know that this is happening? Probably not just yet, but he is kind of prepared. He has Zerglings out in the field. He's getting a lot more mutas, and maybe he can muster up enough units to just destroy this army right away.
Yeah, well, one thing to note, you know, mutas are not a unit that you just love to engage the army with. Mutas are something that you want to harass with to get an advantage, but we haven't really seen that from Darkforce. His muta harass hasn't really been able to do any damage, and now our Terran player Fnatic Rain is not only 20 supply plus ahead of Darkforce, but he's also moving into a forward position. So this is looking pretty bad for our Zerg player here.
Yeah, and remember, there's Destructive Rocks on the bottom side. They can easily go into a great position off of creep and force his opponent to attack in an uncomfortable situation. Of course, without that speed boost that creep gives, it's just so advantageous. We can see Marine just pushing up here, and they're just... this is what I like. Rain playing so patiently, taking out the creep first before he actually commits completely. And I would love him to actually get another command center. Oh, look at that. Rain already, he knows way before I even called it. He's getting that command center up, looking to take that gold expansion.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this map playing CVT. You have to stop them from getting that gold. If they get that gold, it is so hard, so difficult to ever break them after that point. And we do see that maybe a counterattack is in the brew. It does look like he's over here, but is he going to pass that sensor tower to let his opponent know? He is passing the sensor tower. Fnatic Rain knows it's coming. Two tanks are not sieged at the moment. Zerglings running into the third base. They're doing a lot of damage to this SCV line, and these are the things that Darkforce has to do to come back in this game.
Yeah, and Banelings are also going to splatter across all of those Marines. Zerglings, they're not actually going to be retreated, so these will perish very quickly. Oh my gosh, the mutas are going to blindside the rest of the units, but there's not enough mutas in that army composition. I thought that he was going to take out all the tanks while the Marines move all the way over to defend the third base. Darkforce has, you know, somehow gotten back into this game. A great job at just doing that counterattack, buying a lot of time, and relieving the pressure off of that third base.
Yeah, and this is what he needs to do. Like, those Zerglings went in there, they killed not only all the SCVs, but they killed the missile turrets at the third. The mutas need to be going that way now to continue the harassment, to stall this push while he continues making this huge army that he would love to have. We do have 2-2 coming up for the Zerglings and Banelings. We already have +1 attack on the mutas, but there's only +1 attack. Here comes a huge engagement. The Banelings going in, but they're hitting the siege tanks, not what you want the Banelings to hit. And now we do see GG called from Darkforce.